Everybody, welcome back to Raw Food Muscle, and today we're in my laboratory because I'm a mad scientist with this stuff. And what I'm growing right here right now is these are predominantly all my tomatoes. I got my zebras, I got my Amish, I got my Cherokee tomatoes. I'm trying to grow as many varieties as I can that I have the space for. So I'm going to be transplanting this stuff in a couple of weeks once it's warmer outside, but for now I planted these from seeds, and I'm going to be actually planting some other stuff outside. So I wanted to kind of give you a follow-up on my indoor stuff right now. And these are some more of these are some cauliflower, some more tomatoes, and then over here we have some red bell peppers and cauliflower. And what I'm going to be doing is showing you how I'm going to be transplanting some of this stuff outside, what I've already planted in the ground from seed. I'm going to be planting some more stuff straight from seed, some onions. So I'm going to show you that in just a minute. Alright, everybody, we're outside, and this was where the magic happens. Real quick, I want to show you the setup I have on my little diagram. And this is how we're trying to kind of keep track of what we're growing, when we're growing, and where exactly we're going to be putting it. So for example, over here, this is the left side of our raised bed, and we already put in 80 spinach from seed into the ground. Now we were meant to do it, space them out, do 40 and 40, but we just ended up doing all at one time. And over here we're going to be planting the cauliflower, which I'm going to be showing you that in just a second, and I'm going to show you exactly how to get it done. So come on over here. Okay, now we got this set up as the square foot gardening, and you know, some of y'all might have seen the square foot gardening techniques, and they already have their dividers in there. I just have these sticks put in place so I know exactly where I'm putting my transplants, and then I just kind of move the sticks each time I get to the next spot. So now this is one of my cauliflowers. And this is the first time I actually grown cauliflower. You know, if you've never grown anything, don't worry about it. I didn't have a green thumb. As a matter of fact, I had a real brown thumb. And you know, I didn't grow things right off the bat. So sometimes it takes some time. You just got to practice and just do some research. Okay. So when I planted this from seed, it's grown now, and I'm just going to pop this out of the container. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of move this around to make sure the dirt comes out nice and easy. Okay? And you preferably want to do this when it's dry, meaning when this is dry. This has been I soaked a little bit this morning, which I completely forgot about. And the reason why that is this keeps it more intact. You don't want everything falling apart and the roots getting messed up. So I'm just going to go ahead and put this into the ground. Let me scoot it over a little bit more. And this is going to go right there. And you just want to have it positioned so that the roots are comfortably in there and not lopsided from one side to the next. Okay, now in this one I actually have two growing, so this one's going to be a little bit more complicated. And let me show you how I do the same thing, moving around. And again, this one's moist, so I'm showing you what it looks like when it's moist. Okay, so this is actually a good thing, because see how this is kind of falling apart a little bit, so I have to be extra careful when I'm planting this. So go ahead and get a spot here again, and I'm just going to separate this out a little bit, just like that. Place this down, and I'm going to put this right in there. And that might be a little bit rough, but alright, I'm going to move over here and do the same thing. And I'm trying to bury these so that they're deep enough to get some good growth going in there. Now I preferably, see how it kind of curls up like that? I preferably like them standing up straight up, and this one's kind of a beat up one. This is my first time growing them indoors, so it's not as pretty as it should be. Sorry about that, Mr. Cauliflower. And So we'll see how that does, and I'll be giving you guys a follow-up on how that stuff starts growing. So let's move on to the seeds. Alright y'all, now I'm going to be planting my onions, and I actually got this idea of the square foot gardening from Mel Bartholomew. If y'all want to check out his book, he's awesome dude, man, and I got a lot of information from him, and that's how I'm doing my garden this year again. So I'm going to be planting right here on my onions. Now according to his book, you can plant about 9 per square foot, but I don't need that many onions, and I'm going to just be planting 4. And when you get your seeds, most of them are going to say, you know, how deep to plant it, when to plant it, and all that kind of stuff. But there's some places you can get some information on exactly how deep to plant some of these things. So what I'm going to be doing is, for these red onions that I'm planting, I'm going to be spacing them each equally apart within the whole square foot. So there's going to be 4 of them in here on the square foot, and then I'm going to be planting them about a ½ inch deep. So, and I'm just going to eyeball this just like that. So alright, and I'm going to take my seeds, and some of these you're going to have to make sure that you're really careful with the seeds, and don't grab the seeds if you have oily fingers, okay? Because you don't want anything you know, messing with how it's going to be growing. So, and that's all you do. You just cover it up, and I'm going to water it, and I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of this. This is what I got going on for my greens. And the first video you guys saw of my garden was actually a week prior to me actually planting this stuff in. So this was planted a week ago, and this is all my curly kale I got planted here, and also have some dinosaur kale. And there's no doubt about it that I'm going to be growing a lot of greens, and so, you know, buying them from the store is you know, expensive, no doubt. So this is why I'm trying to get as much of my own greens from my own garden. And let me show you what I'm doing with my spinach, because I already planted them in the ground, and this is going to be growing pretty soon, and you might be able to see some of this spinach planting up now. And all through here there's about 80 seeds planted, okay? So it's hard to see it right now because they're still brand new. You can see a little one here, a little one there, but yeah, I'm going to be growing my own stuff, so I just wanted to show you guys that. And as this stuff grows and grows, I'm going to be sharing all this information with you. So I'll see y'all next time on the Raw Food Muscle.